The future of gaming looks great, and many titles have captured the imaginations of millions of gamers across the world, and Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is no exception. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is a first-person action-adventure game developed by a metric ton of people, literally. Massive Entertainment, Ubisoft Dusseldorf, I hope I said that right, and Ubisoft Shanghai. And this game is also developed on Ubisoft's special and brand new development software, Snowdrop. And honestly, I'm pretty surprised that the hype behind this game isn't more than it is at this time. Especially since Avatar has been pretty successful for the Disney company, with not only their movies, including the brand new Avatar: The Way of the Water, which it released back in December of 2022, but also their section of Animal Kingdom in Orlando, Florida, conveniently named Pandora, which is home to one of my favorite rides, the Flight of Passage. Seriously, if you get a chance to go on this ride, do it. But let's talk more about Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
The New World.
So Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora takes place in a brand new, unexplored part of Pandora, which is the western territory of the world named, at least at this time, the Western Frontier. This world seems very similar to the terrain that we have already seen in Pandora so far, but this also gives the developers plenty of room to add different environments, plants, species of animals, and pretty much whatever they want, because this is an unexplored section of this planet that can look and feel very different from what we have seen so far. In saying this, we could also see different variants of types of creatures we already know, being from a different environment and different evolutionary skills they obtain living in that terrain, but I'm kind of speculating at this point, so forgive me. But what most people are mostly excited for is that Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora will be completely open world for players to explore every nook and every cranny of this amazing and vibrant world. Straight from the developer's mouth, us as players will be free to explore the dense jungles, the vast deep water, and the grand vistas that dwell high in the sky. And for most people, including me, this is a must-have in this game. Who doesn't want to see every part of this new world and territory and what it has to offer? Developers at Ubisoft have stated that the player will be able to explore a living and reacting world in Pandora, riddled with unique creatures and brand new characters to either play with or even fight against. And if you're enjoying yourself so far, take that Flight of Passage for yourself by hitting the like button so this video can make it out to more Na'vi just like yourselves.
Story.
Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora's story will follow the player as a Na'vi, who at this time is unnamed. This could be that they are holding the name of our Na'vi close to their chest, but this also could mean that we may be able to pick our own names for this title. But once again, this is just speculation. But developers Ubisoft have stated that the story for Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is going to be a standalone story. So for all of you that are excited to see your favorite characters from the movies, well, you're going to be slightly disappointed. But being in a brand new section of the world, this does make sense. But Ubisoft have said that this game is going to fill in the gaps of the narrative between some storyline in the brand new Avatar movie, which makes this game feel more a part of a complete world of Pandora. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora's story will fill in just after the events of Avatar: The Way of the Water, but not the entire movie. Don't worry, there's no spoilers here. Don't worry. There is a time jump of 1 year toward the end of the movie, and this is where Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora's timeline will begin, right before the time jump to fill in this gap. So expect some story and other dimensions of Avatar to be filled in with this game to connect some missing parts, which all the above will be canon.
Gameplay.
The gameplay of Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora will take a little bit of a turn than I expected it to go, honestly. The gameplay has not been officially released at this time, and we are still kind of waiting to see exactly what to expect from this title, but this does not mean we do not have insight of what this might entail. Ubisoft have released that Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora will be from a first-person perspective, and from certain leaked images from the project, it seems like this title will take a heavy first-person shooter spin. Now for me, I'm more of a third-person perspective kind of guy than a first-person shooter, mostly because I like seeing a little bit more of my environment while playing and seeing the character art throughout the game. But Avatar Frontiers of Pandora almost has a Far Cry kind of vibe to this image if you ask me, between using the bow and arrows while also being able to sneak through vegetation. But being a first-person perspective will give us as players more of an immersive experience while playing. And this could not be any more true if the leaked photos are correct. One of the photos show the player riding on the back of their very own Banshee, which in my opinion has to be in the game, because who doesn't want to ride their own winged beast through this awesome environment? And to be honest, it would be a lot easier to travel from place to place if the map is absolutely gigantic. And this does not also exclude other creatures that we may be able to interact with or even ride. Possible others that are land dwelling, or even possible ones that could take us through or over the vast waters of the land. But once again, this is me just wanting this really badly in the game.
Release date.
Now the big question that many gamers have asked around the world is, when is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora going to be released? Avatar Frontiers of Pandora was initially teased all the way back in 2017, but after we kinda got crickets from Ubisoft, until about 2021 when there was a trailer released at E3. Initially, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora was set to release right beside Avatar The Ways of the Water as a companion to the film, but due to possible setbacks during development or just other reasons in general, the developers decided to push back the release date, which in my opinion is usually a good move for game developers, because they don't want to release a game that is not ready and is probably filled with a variety of bugs or just bad mechanics in general to give us a better experience as players. Ubisoft has said that Avatar Frontiers of Pandora should be released toward the end of 2023. But there is also speculation saying that it might end up in 2024 as well. Also this, I'm kind of on the developer side as well, because I think they should be able to take as much time as they need to give us an amazing experience with this game. So tell me right quick, what about Avatar Frontiers of Pandora do you want to see when it releases eventually? Tell me in the comments down below what you think. Good night and happy gaming.